But hey, Red, hey everyone. Look, if y'all hopping on, I pressed live before I was actually ready. But let's go ahead and finish getting set up real quick. Turn that off. Turn this on. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know Facebook group, if you guys are over there, look, all y'all probably, I don't even know if y'all can see me because it's just on a screen share. But let's go ahead and get live on the TikTok as well. Let's turn at least one light on. TikTok live. We're not doing field inspections today. That was yesterday. And let's just say Notary Chit Chat, January 18th, 2025. Close enough. Go, go, go. Going, going, going. All right. Hey, Miss Kim. Hey, how's you going? Looks like Moonlight Medusa's on here as well. Hey, Miss Dree. Look, y'all hopping on. I didn't think y'all was gonna come, but hey, welcome. I'm here. I'm finally here. Getting everything finished set up. Look, this one gonna be specifically for my Georgia notary buddies, because look, I need to get y'all some updates. I need to get y'all some info, just because we have some new Georgia laws that will just be coming out, but I want to test something real quick. Well, there's the Georgia laws are already out, right? They're not coming out; they are already out. But I wanted to try to get something set up real quick here for you. But before I do that, let's go ahead and do an intro. Let's do an intro. Let's make this official. Sorry, Facebook, I blocked your view, but turn the music down just a tiny bit. But anyway, we are here. We are here. So welcome everybody that's here. Hey, Miss Ebony. Hey, Miss Dree. Hey, everybody that's going to be watching a replay on Facebook and over on the YouTubes. If you guys are new here, my name is Ladero Wharf. I am with the Notary Know-How Georgia. I love to come on and share and create a space for all of us as notaries to get together, elaborate, collaborate, to start learning and growing and building our businesses together. This is a safe space. So if you are an experienced notary, if you're a brand new notary, or if you are just thinking about starting out and becoming a notary, welcome. This is a place for you. So what we got going on tonight? We are going to be talking about one. I have quite a few topics, but I ain't going to talk about them all tonight, because tonight I'm going to try to make it shorter than normal, because your boy normally don't go live on Saturdays, but I'm doing it this week because yeah, who knows? I'm trying to make sure y'all get the info, right? So first of all, we're gonna be talking. I'm gonna take some time and go back to where it started, go back to the roots. I'm gonna be talking to my Georgia notary buddies for a little chunk of the time. We're gonna be looking at the Georgia Notary Journal requirements and what that actually means, because I know there's a lot of information flying around out there, and it's gonna be some misinformation, and some of it's gonna be real good information. Hold on, drop something. There we go. But I want y'all to know exactly what the law says so you can interpret it. What y'all gonna hear is my interpretation of the law. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. But then also, look, I took my glasses off knowing I can't see. What else we got on this paper, y'all? This is how blind I am. If we have time, we're gonna talk about success and what it looks like for you, because I have 4 of the topics on this paper, but we ain't talking about those tonight. We'll save that for tomorrow night. So yeah, let's make sure I can see, get all the schmutz off my glasses. But one thing I did want to do real quick is turn my camera around for TikTok. Facebook, we're already doing a screen share so y'all can see it. Y'all can see exactly what's going on. But let me turn my camera around so for TikTok to see if y'all can see my computer screen. Hold down, hold down. But hey, before I do that, because once I do that, I can't welcome y'all in. Let me do my welcomes first, because I love that y'all hanging out with me. Let's see, we got, hey, Miss, let's see, Activating Wholeness. Welcome back, welcome back. I see that you are in the community as well. Let me say hi to you. Miss Marcia, I think that's how you say it, Miss Right. Miss Grant, I got you. Hey, Miss Angela out in Tennessee. King L, what's up? 212, King L 212. That isn't that like the boiling temperature of water, right? 212 degrees. Let's see, let's see. Oh, brand new notary. Cool. Look, you're already in the community, Miss Activating Wholeness. I believe you joined the notary community, right? But let me, since I keep saying that, let me go ahead and put it out there. Hey, Artisha. Look, if y'all weren't here last night, your girl Artisha did some awesome stuff. We talked all about field inspections. So again, if y'all not following her, make sure you follow her. She's going to be Artisha the Notary over on, as long as TikTok exists, on TikTok as well as on Instagram as well. She has a Facebook group over, she has a group over on Facebook. There we go. And it's called Underneath the Notary Umbrella. So it's pretty cool. I think I joined it because I went and saw it. I saw the page and everything. So I will make sure that I'm in there as well so we can follow and support each other, right? Let's see who else we got up in here. Hey, Nursing Queen, how's it going? The points part, cool. Eduardo, welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate the hearts and the love. Let's see, who is this? Mo? Is it Mo with the hearts? Hey, she said, hey, my friend, how is it going? Let's go ahead and now, let me just do this real quick, test this out. Let's see if I can turn this around for y'all. Because again, the beginning, we're gonna be talking to my Georgia notary buddies. So if y'all want to hang out, we got some good stuff right after that. But my Georgia notary buddies, y'all know I'm a Georgia notary. And that's how this whole thing started. I want to help my Georgia notary buddies. And on these lives, a lot of everybody else jump in. So we started talking about broad topics, but Georgia notaries, I want to talk about the Georgia notary law tonight. So let me turn this around. Oh, look, what y'all looking at? Let's see. Partially my computer. Hold on. I probably just remembered that y'all probably not gonna be able to see the whole screen. But look, this little presentation thing I'm gonna be going through, it's gonna be in the community. So yeah, so okay, we'll get that fixed and we'll get that set up. I just wanted to see how that was gonna look, but let me turn my camera back around to me real quick and we'll do all that later. So yeah, so to mention it real quick, if you guys have not already done it, if you want to join my Notary Buddy community, it is still open. It is absolutely free, right? I ain't selling you nothing, I ain't pitching you nothing up in there. If something is in there, it's because I'm referring it from another Notary Buddy and I believe it's going to help you out, right? So the way to get there, click on my profile picture up here on top. Once the next menu comes up, click on it again, right? It'll take you over to my bio. You can click on the link in my bio and it's gonna be the second button once you get to the next page. The first button directs you to my website. The second button is the free invite to the community. So make sure you click on that to get invited over to the community, and that way we can communicate, we can have way more fun. There won't be any restrictions imposed on how much I can communicate with y'all, right? Because these platforms, they don't like me talking too much. I'm joking, they do. But I have to fight with them. Facebook and I was literally half an hour late because Facebook and I was having a fight. We were trying to get it streaming going, but it's up, it is going now. So that's one thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and turn this camera around. Y'all, I'm going through this pretty quickly. So if you're a Georgia notary, please listen. Facebook, let me see who's over there. Make sure I don't miss none of y'all. Of course, it's not showing me again. But anyway, Facebook, we are doing a screen share, so y'all probably just staring at my screen this entire time. But we gonna get to it. I promise we gonna get to it. And so YouTube, I don't know. I'm gonna probably just record this, dump it in the community, and just upload it to YouTube because I don't have the space and the time to fiddle with 3 cameras tonight. So let's go ahead and turn TikTok around again. And we're about to go through this presentation real quick. If y'all got questions, please still do drop them because I do have another window open on my computer where I can see you guys' live questions. So I will be looking to the side, but y'all won't know that because y'all will be looking at my computer screen. Hold on, let me make sure I get it open so I can see the chat. Okay, cool, chat is shown. So let me flip this around again. Flip camera, bam. And we'll hope I don't flip it over because I got, and make sure I ain't got no checks and bills showing on my desk because I got limited space I'm working with right now. Let's slide it back. Is that far enough? I think that's far enough for y'all. Okay, cool. Yeah, y'all can see that. Don't judge my messy desk now. Let's go ahead and put some chapstick on. So to begin this, how much of my messy desk can y'all see? Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so to begin, look, my Georgia notary buddies. Like I said, this part gonna be for y'all. So this is gonna be about our Georgia notary journal laws, right? This is going to be our new notary laws. This is an update for 2025. Y'all know in Georgia, having a journal has been optional since the dawn of time. It was never a requirement. However, we do have some journal requirements right now. And let me go through them with y'all because I've been seeing some misinformation out there. And the crazy part, I've been seeing some, I don't know if y'all can see me. Look, I've been seeing some misinformation from the county clerk's offices. I was like, are you serious? Did you not read your own rules? So let's go through it. Let's go through it right now. So again, y'all look, disclosure, this is my interpretation. Let me circle it for those over on YouTube or Facebook. This is my interpretation, right? My interpretation. And y'all already know my disclosure. I'm not an attorney. I'm not licensed to practice law in the state of Georgia and may not give legal advice or accept fees for legal advice. I put that on everything that I do if I'm doing anything that pertains to my notary, right? So next thing. Oh, here we going next. There we go. Next. So Georgia requirement laws for notary journals. We are required to keep a notary journal only in the case of a self-filer. A self-filer. If y'all got questions, oh, hey, Juju, what's up? What up, my friend? Or Jay. But I know you as Juju, right? So if we are only required to keep a notary journal in the state of Georgia for self-filers. And so that's literally the guidance they're giving us. So what the heck is a self-filer, right? So who is considered a self-filer? It is going to be any person that is party to any of these type of transactions, right? Anyone that's going to be conveying, let me make sure TikTok can see. There y'all go. Anybody that's going to be conveying, transferring, putting encumbrance on any real estate or personal property. So y'all, I know we're going to be doing the overall law stuff first, then we'll break it down. So what does that mean in layman's terms? Like what does that mean in normal people speak, right? So this is what I want y'all to think. Anybody that is going to be doing, that's going to be filing deeds, filing mortgages, putting liens provided by law, which means I translated for y'all, any type of judgments or mechanics liens. So let's just say you have somebody, a contractor come to your house, retile your shower, you don't pay them, they can legally go ahead and put a lien, a mechanics lien on your property. So anytime you try to sell it, try to refi it, trying to do anything, they're gonna cloud title so you cannot get to the money on the other end, right? Until you pay them. So that's that is acceptable. It's law. You can do it. Also, anything that relies to pertains to maps and plats, we'll skip over that. We won't deal with that a lot. And also tax executions and execution renewals. Think just tax liens. They put big words in there for no reason. Just think tax liens. So in the state of Georgia, anytime we're notarizing any type of documents that does this right here, convey, transfer, or encumber, real estate or personal property, again, think these, we need to put it in our notary journal. This is the thing that I don't agree with right here. It's still not very clear, right? I mean, it is clear to me because I read it. I printed it out. I'll show y'all this later. I printed this out and I read it. It's 11 pages of Georgia legalese. I read it, I highlighted it, I went through, I made sure I understood so I can talk it to y'all, right? So we got to go further first. I need y'all to understand the law because everything we're hearing out there is people's interpretation, as this is my interpretation, right? So the next thing, who is not considered a self-filer? This is what grinds my gears, or like one of my notary cousins says, cramps my stamp. So a self-filer is anybody that's on this list. This is not considered a self-filer. So it's, if, for example, an insurance agent that can do title insurance because they're a part of the process, right? The real estate process. A licensed attorney or somebody that's representing an attorney's office. They have to be Georgia, practicing in Georgia, right? Agent of a bank or credit union that's doing like the mortgage process. An agent or a licensed what is this? Lender, like all this, honestly, all this crap. I'm not gonna read it to you, right? This is what I think makes it so confusing, and this is where notaries are gonna get in trouble. I need to turn this around some way so y'all can see me. Probably way too close right now, but this is where notaries are gonna get in trouble because this list is confusing as hell. So anytime you notarize a document for anybody on this list, you ain't gotta put them in your notary journal. Please tell me why that's a thing. I mean, I understand why it's a thing, but I'm like, the average notary is not going to understand this. Y'all not average because we here together, right? Y'all not average because we're here together. Facebook, sorry, you're only looking at my photo of me. Look, there y'all go. There you go, Facebook. Now I just put it myself on the screen over there as well. Y'all not average notaries, but this information that we going through right now, the confusion behind it is gonna mess up some of y'all, and y'all gonna get got, and you're gonna go to jail. You're not gonna go to jail. You can be fined, and Georgia is their fines are getting up there for doing this incorrectly. And also another thing I want to tell y'all, I'll tell you when it's over. Remind me why we're doing, like, why Georgia has implemented this. It's crazy the amount of mortgage fraud that's going on, and mortgage fraud, deed fraud, property fraud, all of that. So this is going to be their way of mitigating it. So anyway, they are saying, let me take myself off screen for Facebook and go back over to the regular screen here. Make sure y'all can see it's on TikTok. So if you notarize documents for anybody on this list, you do not have to put it in your journal. If you notarize documents for, go back, anybody that does not fall on that list that's doing anything with real estate or personal property, you got to put it in your journal. So again, the most common thing we're going to get is deeds. Again, since we're an attorney state, you very rarely are going to be doing mortgage documents for properties inside of Georgia because an attorney is always going to be involved. So that one is just a catch-all, right? But these other things is something that we can get. Mechanics liens, we can notarize those. Also, those lien releases. Y'all better keep in mind, this also pertains to lien releases as well as tax liens, right? County tax liens, federal tax liens, all that kind of stuff. So let's go forward a little bit. I know y'all probably got questions. I can't see them now, but we gonna get through them. We gonna get through them. So this whole list is a big list, right? It's like, what the heck is this? This is a pretty big list of people. And guess what? There's subsets of people inside these. They did not list them all out for the Georgia new law, but I know from experience there's subsets of people that are within this. So the best honest answer to y'all, the best way to move forward is always just use a dang on journal. For reals. Like, always use a notary journal. Next, look, we're not done yet because the law keeps going. And this is only on notary journals for us here in Georgia. So what is required to be in my notary journal? I'm going to tell y'all there's 8 to 10 elements, right? Again, for my Facebook friends, there's 8 to 10 elements that needs to go in our notary journal. And I'll tell you why I say 8 to 10. So the first thing is, well, here's the whole dang on list. I ain't going to read to y'all one by one. I'll give you like a summarization of it. Here is the whole list. We need the name, the address, phone number, date, time, location, location of the notarization, right? Type of government issued ID, the elements on the ID, such as the ID number. We have to have their signature and also the type of document being notarized. If y'all remember, I say we need 8 to 10 of these. Remember, as a notary in Georgia, we can identify someone off of personal knowledge, right? We can identify someone off personal knowledge. And if we do that, number 7 and number 8 goes away because we did not use a type of government photo issued ID to identify them, right? And if we didn't do that, then there's not going to be any ID information we're going to document. That's why I say we have 8 to 10 elements that are required in our journals. And look, I don't care if I've notarized a document for business owner 15 times. There's a business owner, ladies at a restaurant that I've notarized documents for them consistently. I go out to their restaurant to eat. We've done events together. I know them at this point. It's been a couple years. It's been like 2 years, right? I could, based on my Georgia law, I could say, hold on, let me make sure Facebook is getting a part of this conversation. Look, I can say that I know them by I can identify them by personal knowledge at this point. It's been 2+ years, right? I still don't. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. I'm still, even though I won't notarize documents for my grandma, but if it's my grandmother and she show up to me and she say, hey, no, I'm a ID her too. I'm like, come on, give me that ID. I don't care. I'm not going to do that in Georgia because it's not ideal to notarize documents for family members, right? But I'm just saying, even if it's my grandmama, we gonna check her ID, YouTube. We checking her ID too. So let's go back over here. Let's turn this camera back around to the screen. Look, we almost finished with this part. I just need y'all to understand the law before y'all get locked up. So when it comes to this, so just real quick, which journal do I use, right? Because I'm always talking about it. This is a journal I use. So it's been subliminally in the corner. Look, I ain't selling y'all nothing. I don't get nothing if you buy this journal. It's on YouTube, and I told y'all before, I really like this journal because it's I believe, I can't remember where the guy is that made it, but he had all this stuff already in mind because his state requires this stuff, right? I like to follow states that are already operating at a much higher level. And when I do that, when laws like this come upon, or like crosses the whatever, when these kind of laws come upon us, I'm already ready, right? So this is a journal I like to use. And by the way, the journal can be electronic or paper bound, right? You can have an electronic journal or you can have a paper journal. They both work for state of Georgia. So turn this back around. This is why I like using this journal. This is an example of the inside. Let me move TikTok a little bit closer. Ooh, let's hope y'all don't fall off my desk. But here we go. TikTok, this is why I like to use this journal. All the things are covered. We got the name, right? From those 8 to 10 items that are required, we have a name section. We have a section down here for the address. We have phone number. It also collects the email address, which is not required, but I do it anyway because I use it for marketing. Next, we have the date, right? That's a requirement. Also the time of the notarization, right there, right? Bam, right there. Number 6, we have the location of the notarization. Y'all see that right there? We doing good so far. We 6 for 6. Number 7, we have the type of ID. We can fill that in this section, and also that ID info. Look, on mine, obviously I can't show y'all an example in my actual journal, but I will, in this section right here where it says 7 and 8, I will put the state that the ID is from. So example, I will put GA for Georgia, and then I will write the ID number, which is a requirement, right? If it's there, it's a requirement. But also in addition, I collect the date of birth, the expiration date, and also the issuance date on that ID. I collect it all. And right here, if they don't have a driver's license, there's an option for, you can check passport, credible witnesses have used, or also just like a regular state ID, I believe, and also just something else. So if they provide you anything else that works, like a VA ID, we can accept VA IDs in Georgia, right? We can accept those veterans IDs. So I can check other and I fill that same information out. But let's keep on going. Where are we? Number 8. Number 9 as a requirement, their signature, right? And if I put them under Georgia oath, I know y'all can't see this really, especially on TikTok, but there's a tiny little box right here where I'm hovering my mouse. That is for initials. If I put them under Georgia oath, they initial in that box because I make sure I don't forget it. So that's an extra step, not required, but I love this because it's the most. And this box over here is for thumbprints. Like I told y'all before, we're not required to collect thumbprints in Georgia, but if because of certain situations, let's just say I have a signer who's blind or someone who has severe like arthritis or something like that, and they can't sign very well, I will collect that thumbprint and put it on here just so I have proof that it was them, right? Not somebody else because their signature has changed, right? And so my word as a notary should be enough, but just in case it ain't, I got that thumbprint, I got that ID, I got everything. I got that address, and let's see, what's the number 10 thing? Number 10, looks like TikTok's glitching out a little bit, but number 10, we have the type of document presented. Again, those are all 10 things that Georgia is now requiring us to put in our journal for quote unquote self-filers. So look, and make sure that was it, because I think that's the end. Yeah, that's it. That's the end. So what I'm gonna do for Facebook, let me see if I can just turn the screen share off for y'all on Facebook. Let's turn this camera back around over here for TikTok as well. Cause that's it. That was the most boring part. I had to get through that, and now we gonna talk through it, right? Y'all got the, I don't even know what y'all, oh, y'all looking at my ceiling. I'm like, what are y'all looking at? Okay. But that was it. That was the most boring part. We got through it. We got through that stuff. And I just wanted y'all to understand the law behind it. Because I'm seeing, again, a lot of misinformation and even some misinformation coming from the clerk's authority office. I'm like, y'all, come on, for real. You're supposed to be teaching us this. So I sent them a nice email on Wednesday or Thursday, and I was like, y'all want me to teach this? Because you ain't doing it right, right? You ain't doing it justice. You gonna get these notaries in trouble. So hold on, let me see if I can get you or Facebook off of screen share mode and just back to regular video mode. I still haven't figured that out yet. We're gonna look at it for 30 seconds. And I did see a request to join the community. I'm not logged into it right now, but I'll take care of it for you. I will take care of it for you. Stream, stop screen. Nope, I can't stop screen share. I can't stop screen share in the middle of, that makes no sense. Look, if y'all know, let me know how I can stop the screen share in the middle. Cause now I want y'all just, so we can just see faces. Yeah, because they still just looking at my screen. That's unnecessary. Doop doop doo. Okay, anyway, as I'm trying to figure this out, y'all put y'all questions in there. My Georgia Notary buddies, what y'all got questions about? What do y'all have questions about on that? You know what, Facebook, let me end the live real quick, and I'm just come back to do start a second live. So y'all just hop. Oh, let me make sure I ain't got no questions first. Oh no, I'll still be able to see them. Okay, let me just go ahead and end live on Facebook, and then hopefully it doesn't fight with me because I ain't trying to do nothing special. I just want to go ahead and turn it right back on. And if it does fight, then we just gonna, Facebook just ain't gonna be able to join us tonight again. Go live, Facebook, live video, go live. I just need a secondary person to help me with this, right? So they can be like, okay, you're all set. Look, I had a streaming software that did it all for me. It was so awesome, but yeah, they decided to go up from $17 to $45 with no prior warning, like no warning. And so I'm like, y'all ain't getting my coins. Notary chit chat 1/18/2025 part 2. We're back. Hopefully that works. If it don't, then we just ain't bringing them back. Because watch, gonna be like, oh, now your sound's not working. But anyway, I will. Sorry, that's taking way longer than I thought it would. And it ain't working. Hey, there we are. Look, they looking at my double chin. Let me move the camera up a little bit. All right. Okay, I see subtitles, so that means the sound's working. So yeah, now let's go ahead and refocus on everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all for being here and going through that with me. So my Georgia Notary buddies, I hope that was helpful for you guys, because again, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of misinformation about their Notary Journal requirements. My best recommendation, just put everybody in there. Just go ahead and put everybody, anytime you stamp that, you click that stamp, go ahead and put any and everybody up in there, right? Go ahead and do it. Because that way that you know that you're going to be protected. But I do have to be transparent about this. So why is this happening, right? So Georgia, again, like everybody else, we up there in like the top 5, y'all. The top 5 of like scams and real estate scams and deeds fraud and all that kind of stuff. We pretty high up there on that list. So how our clerk's authority is working on fighting that. Now all Georgia deeds must be filed electronically, right? That's going to systemize and standardize their process of viewing every single deed that comes in. Because look, I was working with a client, and his wife, ex-wife, was put on a deed. She never signed anything, right? The notary notarized her signature and her husband's signature. The husband was my client. Notarized both of their signatures, turned it in, and the clerk's office recorded it and put her on title to the property. She never signed it. There was 3 copies of the deed. There's a deed, then there's a quitclaim deed, then there's something else. She never signed any. I mean, obviously, if he's granting her to be put on there, she ain't got to sign it, right? But none of them said that. It was just him removing whatever he was doing, right? She was never included. But on the documents where she was supposed to sign, it was 100% left blank, and a notary notarized all 3 documents, the same notary. Luckily, that person's no longer commissioned, but still, if he decided to pursue legal action, that dude can probably get in trouble, the notary that is. So I'm like, dude, why'd you notarize her signature when she never appeared before you and like left her in the like left her name in the, what do you call it, in the notarial block and all that kind of stuff. And whoever at the clerk's office just decided to go ahead and record it and put her on there. I'm like, she never signed it. Like she never signed it. Anyway, so anyway, that's to help them. This could have been a really big case, but it wasn't. It worked out. He's like, I'll deal with it later. So I'm like, hey, you deal with it later, whatever. I'll just refer you to an attorney to help have them help you fix it. But long story short, Georgia is trying to mitigate all of that. Um, what's going on? I know TikTok can see my face. It's saying that you guys are still looking at my screen. I know you're looking at me because I'm looking at me, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. Okay, there we go. So anyway, to mitigate that, Georgia's trying to standardize the process, and every electronic deed that comes in, they're going to be able to check it real quick. The whole point of me saying this is that when those electronic deeds come in, they do have the right, whatever, they can, if they choose to, subpoena you as a notary for that deed submission. It's not saying it's wrong, but they are gonna subpoena you. They're gonna subpoena, let's just say, for example, page whatever, page 123, right? Well, they don't know what page it is. Let's just say you did a deed for Mr. Smith, a quick claim deed for Mr. Smith. It got recorded. They're like, okay, I need to subpoena your journal to see exactly where Mr. Smith signed, who appeared, because we have a Mr. and Mrs. Smith on here, and we need to make sure they both appear before you. Let me go ahead and subpoena that page out of your journal, and it better have those 10 qualifications, 8 to 10 requirements, I should say, not qualifications, that I went over earlier, right? The name, the address, this, all that kind of stuff. It better be in there. If it's not in there, guess who's getting a warning? They can skip a warning and they can decommission you right then and there. That they're cracking down. So I just want to make sure that you guys are protected. And like I said, go ahead and put everything in there. No, anybody that you're notarizing for, slap them in that journal, right? Slap them in that journal. And I showed y'all which one I like to use. So now, oh no, I refreshed and lost all the questions. But let's see what questions we got over on, for sure, on the Ticking Talk Facebook. I didn't see any questions on the previous one, but we are back with the new live. I see somebody else did hop on over on Facebook. Cool. So let me just open this so I can see. I gotta mute myself. Okay, so I can see questions over there. Let's go through TikTok. Let's see what questions we got. Let's see what y'all was asking and talking about oh, remember, swipe to the left. I got notes. I'm like TikTok notes. Swipe to the left so I can see the questions way larger. Cool. Y'all look, I appreciate all the hearts and the likes. I couldn't see it because I had the camera turned around. But look, if y'all got questions, go ahead and drop them now. Hey, Miss Candace, how's it going? Let's see. Y'all got questions? Hey, just jumped over from Facebook so I can see the screen. Okay, cool. Hey, Juju. Yep, I was just trying to make sure that I figured it out eventually, right? I kept trying to share my face on Facebook too, but you were on a screen, watching a screen, watching a screen. So it kind of got weird. When in doubt, put that dang on journal. Yep, put it in that journal, period. You are right, Miss Angela. Cool. So let me see. We got a bunch of hearts, we got a bunch of love. And let me scroll pretty quickly because I'm not seeing any questions specifically. But I want to make sure my Georgia notary buddies heard that. Because again, it was pretty quick. But oh, Myra, you're the one who just joined the free community. Okay, I did see that. I just didn't catch the name in enough time. So I'll make sure I let you in. So I just want to make sure my notary buddies saw that because I want to keep you guys with your commission. How long do you keep your journals once they are fully completed? Hey, Miss Angela, that's the crazy thing about it. I need to reread Georgia law. I'm not sure if they clarified how long we should keep them, but just me, as just like most of the stuff that I do for business is going to fall within that 7 to 10 year range. I follow kind of like the same requirements for taxes, right? Check your state law though, it may be different. They may say you can hold it for 5 years, 10 years, 12 years. I don't know what it is for Tennessee, but for me, rule of thumb, since I have not seen anything specific to Georgia just yet, so I'm waiting to see if they're going to update our handbook. I'm just going to do that 7 to 10 range, and I literally just throw them on a shelf. I throw them on a shelf, and I try to keep at least a couple years accessible just so I can pull things and look at it. Because I do have clients, right, that used me 18 months ago. So I want to go back and see, one, what I charged them, right? And two, exactly what we did last time. So when we have a conversation, I'm like, oh yeah, how did X, Y, and Z go, right? From our last meeting. So that's why I do that. But if somebody was with me 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I may not have that journal on my desk. I'm not keeping that on my bookshelf. Those, I don't destroy them. I put them in storage, right? I have a box. It probably should be more secure, but I literally just have a box that I put them in, and I just go ahead and put them in storage. And for me, that can either be storage in like my garage, or I have a company storage unit, so I will throw it in my company storage unit. How long have you been a notary? I have been a notary in the state of Georgia for this. I'm going into my fourth year. So this next 12 months, my commission will expire in Georgia. So technically 3 years, but I have entered my fourth year, right? So however you decide to count math. But again, I was a work notary in Utah. I had no idea what the heck I was doing at the title company. They just put stuff in front of me and say, "Hey, we need you to witness this." I'm like, "Okay." I witnessed with my eyes or what? Like with a pen, with my stamp? I'm like, I don't know. So that was very interesting. Tennessee does not require a journal, but I do use one for my notarizations. I guess I'll keep it for 7 to 10 years. Yep. So yeah, like for us, the states, I can't say for us anymore, but for states that generally don't have a journal requirement, they don't tell you if you do it, how long you should keep it, right? So yeah, Georgia, I'm waiting for them to update that law, and as soon as I know, my notary buddy's gonna know, unless I miss something. But this is what I was saying. I printed this bad boy out. This is the new section to the law, back and front, legalese. It is 12 pages, 11. And so I just read it. I went through, I read it, I highlighted, I make sure I understood. And if something I didn't understand, I went over and I went to Google and I used my friend Chat GPT. And I'm like, okay, this is what Google says. Now put this in layman's terms so I understand it. So anyway, so moving on from that, I don't see any questions on that specifically. Look, I appreciate y'all being here with me tonight. Tonight was an impromptu. I was trying to get other people to talk to y'all this weekend as well, such as our insurance person, our insurance notary buddy, as well as another notary buddy of ours, not just mine, of ours, that worked in title, right? That worked at a title company for years. I wanted her to share her experiences. But like I said, if that don't happen this weekend, and if the ticking talks goes away, we gonna do it over on YouTube and Facebook, right? I'm gonna make sure we get some people in for that. So now the next thing I want to talk about, because tonight ain't gonna be that long, but the next thing I want to talk about, this requires community participation. I want to know, what does success look like for you? Because I keep hearing, and we've been hearing it for years, right? I keep on hearing people claiming success, success, success. Every time I see a depiction of success on the social medias in every space, but I'm talking about my notary space right now. Every time I see success depicted, I see a dollar sign behind it. I'm not saying that's not success, but then it's generally like a $10,000, they're like a dollar sign 10 comma 000. It's like, why is that always the picture of success for us here in the notary business, right? Or in the notary space. I want to know, what does success mean for you guys? And for real, let's do community participation. What does that look like for you? Is that a dollar amount? Miss Angela said it's just best practice. Yep, to go ahead and keep everything in a journal and also notarize, or keep everything in a journal and also let's keep them for a while. But seriously, guys, what does success look like for you? Let's see. Notary and Beyond Services says consistency in my marketing, clients, and finance, right? Okay, so that's good. That's a good thing. So consistency. Look, I'm taking notes. Y'all always know I'm taking notes from these calls, from these sessions, whatever you want to call it. So consistency. I got a shorthand. I'm gonna be here forever. Arrow marketing, clients. Sorry for shaking the desk, y'all. And when I write strongly. If that's a thing, in finance, right? What else? What else y'all think? What does success look like for y'all? Hey, Michael, what does success look like for you in your business, right? So this is one thing I want to share with my notary buddies. Success, building a community to collaborate and help everyone grow in their space. Hey, I love it. Hey, Miss Angela, I love that. I love that, right? Helping others grow. So this is what I think, and success changes for me, right? I try not to be so fickle that it changes weekly. But I do have my weekly success benchmarks, and I've talked about this before. A lot of us look at the outcome, right? Like the output. I'm going to call it an output because that's how my brain works. We look at the output, like, oh, success is $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month. I know I talked about it the other day, but my goal in business on a monthly, I need to average $2,000 to $2,500 a month in this notary business, right? Some people look at that and they're like, okay, that's success. That is my level of success, right? That's a tick mark of success for me in my business, but that's not it. That's not the only thing, right? So other things for me that like look successful in my business, someone already said it, just being consistent with my marketing, right? Being consistent. I know there's some people out there that just crush it on putting videos and things out like that. I put way more videos out on this channel for y'all than I actually do for my actual business, just because it feels like it takes way more work over there, but it doesn't. Once I get my flow, it doesn't. But sometimes that success for me is just getting one video out a week. Sometimes it's a month, right? Seriously, like one really good video for my business a month. That's successful for me, right? That's success. Getting up and showing up. Look, there's one. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. But just like there's other parts that other things in business that looks like success for me. Um, Having my notary buddies, like literally getting a phone call. I don't know why I'm claiming y'all success, but I'm gonna do it. But getting a phone call from my notary buddy just to say, hey, I got my first apostille and it was easier than I thought. Thank you for helping out. That's success for me, right? I see that as successful. And guess how many coins I collected off of that? A big fat goose egg, nothing, zero, nada. But that still feels successful, right? And so I think we need to start reassigning what success means because guess what? Micro wins are a win, baby. Like they are. Micro wins are a win, and that contributes to success. So I think what I've just been seeing and talking with my notary buddies right now, and like I said, the reason this is coming up because so many people are so look, my new notary buddies, y'all coming in. Love it. Keep on coming, right? But people who've been in the game for a little while, they're getting super discouraged because they were chasing success that really wasn't theirs. It was somebody else's dream and they just latched onto it, right? Not saying that's wrong, but like if you drive and connect with somebody truly and deeply, then go ahead and latch onto their dream with them, right? And so a lot of notary buddies come in here with like skewed perceptions and start latching on to other people's dreams, and they believe that's what success is. And then when they don't claim it or they don't achieve it, they go ahead and just fall off the wagon. Look, y'all, I've been there. I know exactly how it feels. That's why this year and last year, I decided to like take a step back and just trying to figure out what success really looks like for me. And it's still a work in progress. I ain't there. Y'all know anytime I'm working on something, y'all gonna know what I'm working on. It ain't gonna be kept a secret. I ain't trying to like do this big old thing to get people involved and wonder what's going on, and then it just never happens, right? It just never comes out. I don't do that. I'm like, hey, y'all, I got an idea. Let's see if it's gonna work or let's see if it's gonna burn me to the ground, right? And now that I think about it, I think that's what success really looks like for me in business, right? Just having the fun, the options to have fun with it, having options to try new things, to test new things. Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why we do this. I hope I'm not the only one. I hope I'm not the only one. We'll find something in our business that works, and then we get bored of it, and then we stop doing it. And then we wonder why we ain't succeeding, right? It's like, I'm so bored of doing this, but I know it works. So then we go try 10,000 other things and then wondering why everything's falling apart. Um, but again, success for me is just having that extreme. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to fix my camera. There's these little light pucks that's in my way in my face. But yeah, there's just just having that flexibility. But let me see what y'all saying. I put y'all over here on the screen so I can see it. Tennessee, okay, we already said I like this because it filters out just the comments and not just the likes. Cause on my phone, I love it. I love when y'all tap that screen and give me hearts, but it like it fills up the entire thing and I can't see. But over here, it only filters out questions. I love it. Um, of course, money is great, but community and collaboration is always key for me. I love that, Miss Angela. We were talking about that. I just started, and let's see, Miss Dree says she is a Dree or Dree. Dree, says, I just started in November. I would love to average 10 signing jobs a month. Miss Dree, let's talk about that. I see everybody else's as well. Let's check Facebook, see if y'all participating over there. Not showing me comments. Of course not. But let's talk about that, Ms. Dree. You said, so what, remind me, don't get mad at me. Remind me, where are you? Are you out here in Georgia with me? Or where are you? Where are you? What state are you in? Like, I always be asking that, and I'm like, oh, I don't know nothing about your state. Cause y'all look, I ain't gonna never lie to nobody. I ain't gonna never lie to y'all. Um, Let me see if I can find your profile over here on the phone. Ah, there you go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Stone Mountain. You are in Georgia with me. So let me ask you this question. I was just about to look at your profile. Let me ask you this question. What does that mean, right? When you say, I think I know, but I never want to assume. When you say 10, you want to average 10 signings a month. Are you talking about assisting with real estate transactions? Because y'all know in Georgia, we don't do loan signings. We not notary signing agents here, only because they say it's illegal to call yourself that. But do we do it? We can assist with real estate transactions. So is that what you're saying? Or are you looking for, does general notary work come into that as well, right? Are you wanting to average 10 $45 appointments? I know I say we ain't talking only about money, but I need to know some info, right? Because you can do general notary work. Stone Mountain, I have a few notary buddies over there, and I know your market and area is slightly different than mine. And so this is what they've told me, that they have to like charge a little bit less. But look, anytime I come to Stone Mountain, they paying me. Because I'm like, look, I'm driving all the way from Lawrenceville, Swanee. You got to pay me, or I need to find you somebody closer. So are people willing to pay it? They absolutely are. They absolutely are. But there's just like this mindset that's happening that, my appointments, I can't charge $45. And I get that. That may be true. But so let's see. Was yes, both types and dollar amount doesn't matter. You just want to gain experience for now. Got it. That's what I needed to know. So when it comes to this, so you just want to average 10 for the experience for a month. Like we would want to do that 3 months. We want to do that for 90 days to create a pattern, right? So let's start thinking about that. Like, okay, I'm going to set this as a goal for 90 days. Because if you set it for the whole year, you ain't going to strive to hit it, right? I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm just saying you, but in general, you as in us as people, right? If we say, okay, for the whole year, I want to average 10 a month. Look, some months I average 10. I'm not going to lie. Some months I don't. Like right now, January, I think I've only had like 5 appointments, this 5 6 appointments this whole month. I don't know, and you trying to get 10 for a month, and I'm saying, oh, we're only on the 18th, and that's all I've had. But that was a strategic play on my part, and things are slower in my market, and all my attorneys kind of took January off, most of them. So I don't have a ton of work right now. So it's allow me to focus on other things and create a marketing plan for Q2 that's gonna get me through the rest of the slow season. But if that is the case, then let's just see what we need to do for our marketing. Like being a witness can help you out with those, right? You can get experience that way. I know I've talked about it. So if there's notary buddies in the area that need a witness, make sure you make sure ensure that you make sure, if that works, that they know that you're available to be a witness, right? Witness fees can be $25 to $35 in our market, so you can get experience that way, because that's how I did it. That's how I got a lot of my on-hands experience. I was a witness for people. There was one of my notary buddies. We went to like 4 appointments back to back, back to back. She's like, "Hey, we got 4 of them." I made $100 something that day. It was a minimum of 25 per appointment, and then she gave me a tip, right? She gave me some tips because some appointments were taking a lot longer than they should have. I do the same thing, by the way. If I know that I'm in an appointment and they just dragging their feet, anytime we're done, if I say, hey, it's $25, I'm gonna make sure you leave it at least 35, because not many of us in the notary space at our normal, if you have a normal day job, we ain't making 35 an hour. Right? If I tell you the appointment's gonna be 20 minutes and I'm like, dang it, we have 45 minutes, we hit an hour, I'm gonna make sure you walk up out of there with $35, period. Right? I'm gonna make sure I take care of you, to at least compensate you for your time. Because y'all gotta remember, half time I'm making 45, so I can't give you a lot. So I do dig into my profit for that sometimes. But yeah, so anyway, so just, with that in mind, just look at the types of things that you can be available for. And if you want to do the assisting with real estate transactions, I don't know what level of training, you said you just started in November. I don't know what level of training you've taken, right? But get on the platforms. If you've taken a proper training, there's Signing Order, there's SnapDocs, there's a lot of other ones out there. Those are the biggest two, and it's the easiest ones to get you business, right? In the beginning. And this is also the other thing. they request witnesses on those platforms as well. So I'm just letting you know. And when they request a witness, 9 times out of 10, they're requesting it on the behalf of the attorney because, well, first of all, the attorneys use the same platform as well, right? There's attorney signings and there's just notary signings. So when the attorneys accept a signing and a witness is required, if they don't have one in their back pocket, then they'll just say, hey, go ahead and send a request out. Use that. I don't know if I told y'all about this tip, but it's been a minute. But use that. Make sure you show up early. A lot of times the attorneys don't even show up early, but make sure you show up. And if they're late, then just go ahead and get in there, right? Just go ahead and get in there. But if you're early and they're there before the signing as well, talk to them. Introduce yourself. You're gonna already do this on the phone, but like introduce yourself, give them your card. If they accept it, fantastic. If my schedule allows it in the beginning, of course it did because I wasn't busy. I would, if it was okay with the attorney, this was a conversation we had before we went in. I'll say, hey, I know that I'm a witness, and a lot of attorneys just like to go straight to the witness documents. I am also a notary as well. And so if you would like me to stay until the end of the signing, I'm happy to do that. Some attorneys are real good on their stuff and they get in and out. So you're still going to be there for like 20 minutes anyway. Like, let's be for real. And so afterwards, the reason I did that is so that I can talk to them on their way to the car. Because guess what? I'm following them to their car. If it's a lady, I offer to open the car door for them. And even if this guy, it doesn't matter. If their hands are full, I'm like, hey, you want me to get that door for you? I'm talking to them to their car. I'm letting them know that I'm a notary, that I can help them. We build relationships. And I tell y'all it works. Some attorneys are weirdos, but when I tell you it works, it works. I have an attorney who, from those few interactions, he sends me business. He sends me estate plans. He sends me power of attorneys that need to be notarized. Because he'll draft them up. He ain't traveling to his client, so he'll just throw me a bone and he's like, yep. And he'll tell me how much they're willing to pay. Because he knows, because he charged him. He's an attorney. He's like, hey, I do have a mobile notary. This is going to be his standard rate. It's about this, but it depends on how far he's coming to you and during the time of day. He knows my spiel, right? I got like 3 or 4 attorneys that, let me not lie, it's only 3 now because the 4th one disappeared on me. So there's 3 attorneys that I've made really good connections with from doing stuff like that. And the thing about it, as soon as they do accept the signing as well, they already say, hey, I already got a notary. And he'll shoot me, or it depends on there's 2 guys and 1 lady. They'll shoot me the address and they'll say, hey, is this in your service area? And I'll say, yes, it is. Fantastic. I'll see you there. Or no, if it isn't, I say, I got a notary buddy that can meet you there. Anyway, so that was a really long thing to help you out. So it's possible. It is possible. I know things may be slow, but if you go out there and get it, it is very possible. I appreciate the hearts and love you guys. So let me go to the next question. Of course, the money is great. Okay, got that. So true. Everything doesn't have to be about money. Perfect. That's why it's important to pray for guidance. That's what helps me daily. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yep. Whatever you have to do, if it's prayer, if it's meditation, if you listen to a higher power out there in the universe and ethos, whatever it is, accept that energy, right? Let it help you build your business. I ain't never telling somebody not to do it. Both types, it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. I'm always in need of, oh, look, who is this? Notary and Beyond says she's always in need of witness, right? This just proof that our other notary buddies need us. They really do. You're welcome. Look, and since we both in Georgia, we gonna do a meetup. I already talked about it. I just need to get it finalized. I got a month, right? I'll get it finalized over the next month. And we'll get it done. SM King is asking, Notary and Beyond, are you in Georgia? Are you out? Yep, she's in Georgia as well. What counties do you cover in Georgia? Because look, right there, y'all better connect. And we're all in a Notary Buddy community. And I should probably take a time and go ahead and do a shameless plug. If y'all don't know about it, I do have a free, for y'all's on TikTok, y'all can see the thing on the screen. I do have a free Notary Buddy community, absolutely free. There's no cost to it. And so the way you join it is by going to my profile picture. If you're doing it during the live, click on it and then click on my picture again. It will take you over to my profile. There's a link in the bio. Click that link. It'll take you to a page that looks like a link tree. Click the second button. I should probably move it to the first. I don't know why I didn't do that. But click the second button. That is the invite to join the community. Hey, Miss Sheree, I do see that you just requested to join the community. I'll make sure I let you in, right? That way we can network, we can help each other, we can send each other businesses if we need to. And also, I know that I'm getting there, y'all. I'm super excited about the community. Well, side note, for my Georgia Notary buddies, we have a closed group inside that community where we talk all things Georgia, so I can make sure y'all stay out of jail, right? And keep your commission. So I want to make sure we have that out there. But also in the group, there's going to be a section, a page, a channel, whatever you want to call it, that we talk purely marketing. Right, I'm getting the content ready to release in there because I know there's a lot of different, there's a lot of us in there. Well, there's going to be a lot of us in there. I think we hit 130, so I'm super excited about that. It hasn't even been a month yet and we have 130 members. But I know we like to market our businesses a little bit differently. So I have a channel all about marketing, and we gonna hit, because y'all know I got the gift of gab, if you can't tell, right? We gonna hit video marketing because I still think it's extremely important. Some of us may be camera shy. That's okay. If we're gonna be looking at video marketing, whether you wanna do what's like what I'm doing right now is called a talking head for your business, or I'm gonna be showing you guys on how we can create, one of my notary buddies talked about it. She's not on here tonight, but Elite Mobile Notary Services, I believe that's her handle. But using Canva to create reels, so you don't have to put your face on there if you don't want to, right? You don't have to do that kind of stuff. And also, I'm going to teach you guys how to do voiceovers if you want to on that kind of stuff. So we're going to be hitting video marketing really hard because I really think it's important. Of course, we're going to keep our standard type of marketing. We're going to be doing the Google Business Profile marketing. We're going to be looking at the social media marketing, that's Facebook and Instagram, right? If y'all stay on Facebook and Instagram. But also, we're going to be diving into that LinkedIn marketing. We're going to be going to the places where our clients are, right? I'm going to show y'all how to do this kind of stuff because it's extremely important. And yes, there are other people out there training this and showing this, all this kind of stuff, but you got to give them $500 with no guarantee that you're gonna make any money. Let me show y'all for free. Y'all go make that money. And if you feel like contributing to your boy's hot tea fund, then you can do that, right? That's yours. That's your choice to make. I ain't gonna never tell you you owe me money. That's a lie. The only thing I'm gonna charge y'all for is our meetups. Because if I have to book the space, y'all gotta pay me back. I'm gonna be honest. That's the only thing. So in like the last couple years, that's the only thing that I've asked money for from y'all, and it was just to book the space and pay for the food. And that's not even high. It's less than a notary stamp, right? It's $25, $30 whenever we do that, and that's once a year. So I just want to be honest with y'all. So hopefully that helped. Let's go ahead and see. Miss Notary and Beyond says she's out in Lawrenceville and she travels up to 30 miles out. I love it. I love it. How have we not run into each other yet, right? What side of Lawrenceville you're on? I'm over, well, I'm in Swanee, technically 30024, but I was over in 30046 for Lawrenceville, right? And that's another thing. If you can get better, hey, Miss Sharonda, I see that you did request a community request. I'll make sure we get you in there. If y'all can get better at knowing your zip codes, I know like Georgia, our zip codes can cover massive areas, right? Massive areas. Okay, I see where you are. Okay, got it. So yeah, I don't see how we haven't run into each other yet. But our zip codes out here can cover massive areas. So what I love to do when somebody's like, hey, because I know Lawrenceville, right? I know it pretty well. I've been here for the last going on, oh my gosh, almost going on 4 years. And even though I'm in Swanee now, I'm literally, if I go 3 minutes one way, I'm back in Lawrenceville, right? So I'm right on the border. Every time I've moved to the border. I'm always bordering two cities or two counties. I like it that way. It increased my business radius. But anyway, what I was saying, get to know your zip codes, because somebody called me, they're like, oh, I'm in Lawrenceville. I'm like, we're in Lawrenceville. But before I quote them, oh, it's going to be $45 for my standard. I always say, oh, you're in Lawrenceville. That's how I used to get hemmed up. I was like, oh, yeah, you're in Lawrenceville. It's $45 for my standard mobile notary fee, right? And then when they asked me to go all the way to like, what is it, 30043, I'd be pissed. Because from my end, 46 going to 4, I think it's 43, right? Is that still Lawrenceville zip code? That can easily, wrong time of day, take me 35, 45 minutes to get to. One way. Then I got to get back home. I'd be so mad. So I'm like, before I get all that, I'm like, you know what? Even you don't even have to give me the exact address yet. But what zip code are you in, right? What zip code of Lawrenceville are you in? They tell me they're like, oh, 43. I'm automatically adding $5 to $10 to it. I'm like, yep, it's $55 for me to come out there. That does include your notary stamps. What time do you want to do it? That's my standard rate. Oh, you want me to come over there at 5 o'clock? I'm definitely willing to do that just because of traffic. I may have to leave an hour early to make sure I make it to our appointment. So that does increase the price a little bit. It's only gonna be $5 more, right? I don't try to nickel and dime people, right? So yeah, the miles be, yep, them. And that's the crazy thing about Georgia. I'm pretty sure California can be that way. You're like, oh, I can go, it's only 14 miles. That shouldn't take long. 20 minutes? No. 14 miles can take you 45 minutes. It ain't no joke out here. So let's see these questions. I see they coming in. Yep, so true. Them miles be hemming you up. They sure do, Miss Angela. Them miles be getting me. Because just from my house to Atlanta, it's like, well, Atlanta City is like 22 miles or something. But on a bad day, that can be an hour, that can be 90 minutes. At a bad time of day, that can be 90 minutes. I learned because I was doing signings way out there and I was like, what am I doing? It is like a 3 hour just driving, literally just to go 24 miles, 3 hour round trip, plus the time I sit with the signer, plus the prep, the print, and the drop off. I was making less than minimum wage. That's why your boy don't go to Atlanta. If you ain't paying me at least 150, 175, 200, I'm not coming out there. And it gotta be before 2 o'clock. And if it's not before 2 o'clock, it have to be after 7 o'clock during the summertime or 8 o'clock, right? Because we still get daylight until 9 o'clock, but you're gonna be paying me $25 to $30 extra. And people, oh no, hold on. TikTok needs to re-verify my identity, and I got the puzzle wrong. Right there. Okay, I passed this time. I think if I failed twice, they kick me off. Let's see what other questions. What platforms are you on, Miss Karen? I am on. Oh, it jumped. Karen Gilbert. I am. I was on. Look, there's these random little platforms I signed up for in the very beginning. They send me emails and I just unsubscribe from them whenever I see them because they'll send me something once a month. But the big ones out there that I was on consistently getting work from was Signing Order and SnapDocs. SnapDocs and I don't have the best relationship. That's just personal preference, right? It's a fantastic, fantastic thing. So don't let my words. Oh, you're talking about TikTok. What platform am I on? Okay, look, I thought we were still talking about notary stuff. I'm everywhere. I'm on. You can find me for like this type of content. I'm on the Instagram, the YouTubes, also Facebook, the same handle across all of them, right? The same handle across all of them. The Facebook, I have an open, like I have a page, and then I also have a group. So the Facebook group, it is closed, so just do an invite, I'll let you in. But honestly, the best way to do it is the community. I just went ahead and opened a free notary community. It's not on a platform specifically. I mean, they do have a name, but I don't know what the heck it's called. But you can get to my profile, click on it. There's a link in my bio. It's the second option on the Linktree looking page. That gives you the invite to the community, right? Go ahead and click on the invite, answer the 3 questions, please. And I will go ahead and let you in. I will let you in, and then we have more deeper conversations in there because you don't have to hope and that you don't miss me, right? You can always catch a replay over there. TikTok, there are no replays. I actually learned that there are. It's just a lot of work for me on my end to make them available for you guys. So I've been spending today all day downloading every single live that I've done on TikTok so I can go ahead and chop it up and use it for content in other places. So that's why I also stream on YouTube and Facebook because you can always watch the replays over there. But yeah, anyway, finishing up that conversation on signing platforms, Signing Order and SnapDocs, they're fantastic. Like I said, I got jobs off of there quite a bit. And let me tell y'all a secret. I already talked about it before. Oh, I appreciate that, Miss Patricia. I talked about it before, but if you're brand new, or even if you've been on there and you're not getting a ton of assignments, just go ahead and call. Like as soon as something comes out, I can't show y'all an example because I'm using my phone right now. But as soon as something comes out, go ahead and give them a call. Just straight up, give them a call and say, hey, I see that you just sent out this request in Lawrenceville, zip code 30045. I just want to double check and see if it's already been assigned. And if it has not, I would love to assist with that. Then they're gonna ask you some questions. How long have you been doing this? Be honest, don't lie. Let them know. Don't talk their ear off. Just give them a quick little blurb like, yep, I've been doing this for X amount of time. This will be my 5th signing, or this will be my 100th signing, whatever the case may be, or this will be my first one. However, I'm prepared. I've gone through 4 months of training, like in-depth training to make sure I was ready for this. They'll say, okay. Or they'll say, hey, you know what, we're looking for another more experienced notary. Well, they're gonna look at your profile first. They're gonna look at it first before they even whatever. Because they're gonna be looking you up while you're on the phone. And they're like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and go with it. I don't think that I've ever called and they've told me they prefer a more experienced notary. Ever. Ever. I have called and it was like, you know what, we just assigned it. But hold on, let me see what else we have in the queue. And if and they'll go and look and they'll say, hey, can you do this? I've gotten 3 appointments that way. Like literally. They're like, can you, we have these 3 coming up. And they're like, can you just handle all 3 of them? I was like, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. And then sometimes if they don't have anything, they're like, hey, we'll make sure we catch you. We'll put you on the next list. Right. We'll put you, we'll send it out to you first. And if you respond, great. Y'all, that's how I got my business. That's how I started in that space. That's how in that particular space I was making them phone calls. I was calling them. I didn't email. I tried emailing them before, right? As like a hey, at the top of like on Tuesdays or whatever, because that's a tactic that's taught out there. Every Tuesday, send them an email saying, hey, I'm available for this. This is my availability this week. I did it, and I think I was consistent with it for like 3 weeks. It just became cumbersome for me. I'd rather wait for the order to come out and have them call me, right? Specific companies, I'm not talking about anyone specific because I learned that we should probably ask their permission before we say their names. But I'm just talking about platforms. So signing order and SnapDocs. So essentially they act as marketplaces, if I didn't explain that, for us as notaries to go and sign up and say, hey, we would like to start doing assignments because they're not only loan signings on there. There's deed signings, right? I mean, some people think that, but they're not. There's general notary work on there, and then now they're also starting to send out estate plans. So there's different types of assignments that come out. That's why I have always called them assignments, not loan signings, right? Because again, I accepted a ton off of there. The ones that I accepted the most of at one point in time were the oh, now I can't remember. Somebody help me out. Lisa's not on here tonight to answer because she always knows what I'm thinking. She always knows in my brain. But it's for property that have already, let's have gone through probate or whatever, and it's all finalized, and there's money still sitting there. Like the county has like a pot of money, 50, 60, 70, $100,000 sitting there, and they don't know who to give it to. And so the attorneys out here, yep, there we go, unclaimed property. Thanks. So the attorneys out here, there's quite a few attorney offices out here that like that's their bread and butter. So they will go and check all the time, and then they'll reach out to the heirs and say, hey, let's go ahead and start this process. There's $50,000 sitting there. They'll charge them their fee. I don't know what it is. I'm just making up numbers. There's 50 grand. You can go do this process yourself. You can, if you mess up, you ain't gonna get it, right? But I'll help you through it, and I'll take 5. I'll take 10, right? And then you'll get 40, whatever's left over. And so they help with that. And so I was getting a lot of those assignments, and I made friends with the attorneys, and I always make it very clear. I'm like, hey, that signing service that you sent this through, they marketed to you. They got your business. You built trust with them. Don't ever skip them to go around me, right? Because that's not cool. But if they do drop the ball and you want to switch, I'm available. And sometimes, again, those attorneys, they will have me meet their clients for completely separate reasons, right? They're like, hey, there's somebody that was looking for something in Lawrenceville. I told them go on. They didn't want to pay my fee to draft up the document. So the attorney can advise people to do this kind of stuff. I can't. The attorney say, yep, go to this website, pay the $35, get the document, but you need a notary. And they'll say, hey, call this notary. So they throw me a bone that way as well. I did one Thursday and had one on Monday. So yeah, Miss Dree know what I'm talking about. She exactly the unclaimed properties. They're easy. Some attorneys that you work with, they may have multiple heirs, and everybody may not be signing at the same time. But let's just say they're all in Georgia. Let's say they're all out in Lithonia or in Conyers or in Lawrenceville, wherever they are. The attorneys that I've worked with, they're like, yeah, just hang on to the documents. I mean, just scan a copy and send it to me so I know you have it. But just hang on to the documents until you get a hold of all 3 other like all 3 of the signers, and just go and meet them and sign them at your leisure, and just let me know when it's done, and then they send me my money. They send me my money before I mail them the documents because I scanned it and let them. I mean, they can always just print the scans, right? But they need. We're in Georgia. They need original documents. They can't just print the scans and use. So they'll send me my money, and if each one is $50, that's $150 because I had to go to 3 different places, and it could take me a week to get it done. So the attorneys I work with are pretty lax and chill on that. which I know Drive the sign-in service is crazy because they have a job sitting on their books open for a week. I'm like, hey, and then they keep seeing that fee go up. Right? I'm like, well, hey, they told me to do it. I told them I can take care of it. Um, okay, cool, cool, cool. Let's just see if we got any other questions. Hey, welcome on, welcome on. You guys are hopping on. We getting ready to wrap it up, wind it down. Because I know when it's time when my throat like starts to get sorry, I got a drink. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. I'm not seeing any other questions, but I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It was a Saturday. I normally don't go live on weekends because it's my recuperation and video days, like video game days. So that's what I do. And that's probably, I don't know, it's too late to start video games. I didn't do it today. I've been doing other stuff and kind of just relaxing, but still doing work in passing, right? So I'm just trying to see, was there any other thing, any other questions? Let me check Facebook just to make sure. Okay, I don't, oh, I forget, I have to refresh Facebook to see stuff. Whoops. Cool, okay. We look good over there. If y'all have any last minute questions, we're gonna wrap it up in the next 3 minutes. Let me close, let's say 5, so I can start closing stuff. And that gives me a chance to get you guys in the community. So if y'all got any last minute questions, excuse me, let me know. And let me go ahead and put you guys in the community. So, unless it makes me log in. What's the name of the... Oh, it's probably gonna make me log in because I shut my computer down. Does anybody else like have to shut their computer down just to not work? So like on Fridays when I close officially, well now is after the live. On Fridays I shut my computer down. And I leave it shut down, and if I happen to open it on Saturday, fantastic. But I'm trying to force myself not to work 8 days a week. That's what it feels like sometimes. I'm trying to force myself. I'm trying to get to this dang on thing, and I can't see. There we go. I'm trying to force myself not to work 7 days a week anymore. It's hard as an entrepreneur. It really is because our brains never stop. It really doesn't. All right. Y'all ain't got no questions. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I definitely will, Miss Angela. I'm just about to let people in the community real quick. Because if y'all on here, I'm gonna call y'all out for not answering the questions. Miss Sharonda, I got you. You're gonna get let in the community, but also it's gonna take me a second to put you in the Georgia closed group. Miss Sheree, I got you. You're out in Texas. Miss Amber. Oh, and this is also the other thing. When y'all do y'all profile, make sure that you put your state in the areas that you cover, whether that's going to be counties, cities, zip codes if you want. I think there's limited characters, so just use it wisely. So just make sure you put that in there, because when we do a quick search, because I was showing y'all the other day, somebody asked me for a notary and I just did a quick search. And I'm like, you know what? Nobody's coming up in here. And there was a notary in that area, I think in that area, but they just didn't put it in their profile. Cool. So Miss Latanya J, Miss Myra G, and Miss Sharonda K. Gotcha. You will be in the community. You'll probably get another email saying that you've been added, but I need to write y'all names down really quick. Because normally I try to just memorize all this stuff, but that ain't happening tonight. That is not happening tonight. All right, gotcha. You got y'all in there. Cool. Now I'll make sure I put you in the specific Georgia group. Miss Amber, I don't know if you just submitted your request, but it's not showing me that you answered the questions. You probably did. You know, you did yours an hour ago, so when we first started. It's not showing me that you answered the questions. I will put you in the community, but if you're in Georgia, I won't know until you tell me, because you didn't answer the where are you question. So that's why it's important for y'all to answer those questions so I can put you in the right groups. But anyway, nobody has any other questions. That is it then. I am, oh, we got 2 more minutes left because I said 5. Miss Sharonda. Got you in there. Cool. You've been added. Ms. Myra. Let's go ahead and put you in there. Bam. Gotcha. Oh, I can just add y'all all at once. Why am I doing it one at a time? And Miss Latoya. Okay, all my Georgia Notary peeps, y'all in there, y'all up in there. And if it's a last call, just so you guys, if you're not aware, how how to get into the free Georgian, or not Georgia, the free Notary Buddy community, click on my profile at the top here. If you're on TikTok, go ahead and click on that profile again so you can get there while we're still live. Click on the link in my bio, and once that Linktree looking page comes up, it is a second option, the second button, and that is the invite for the community. Please answer all three of those questions so I know where to place you if you're a Georgia notary. But again, this is open to all of our notaries. Please introduce yourself, and in your bio, let us know where you are. So if we need to find a notary in that area, we can reach out to you, send you business, connect. And Miss Angela, if you are still here out in Tennessee, I don't know. I'll leave. I already said I'm gonna leave it for Q2 to look in. I might even push it to Q3, but I think I will be become a dual commission in Tennessee. So we'll have more to talk about once I do that. And I already told you the only reason I'm doing it is going straight to see if I can do Ron, right? Going straight to Ron. Then I'll be in Tennessee far more often. I know it sounds ridiculous to drive 2.5 hours just so I can do Ron, but look, I want to be prepared when Georgia comes. I'm being extra, but I still, it's an area that a lot of notaries keep asking me about. I can always bring somebody on here, but I need to, all the Ron notaries I've talked to, they ain't marketing it. Like, they're not running it like a business. I'm like, look, let me see. And Miss Angela, look, I know you're working on it too. So if when you up and done and ready, if I'm in Georgia and I'm getting Ron calls for Tennessee, I'm just gonna send them to you. Like, let's make sure we're on the same platforms. So I can be like, yep, let me go ahead and get it set up, and I'm just gonna send it over to you. Because if I'm not in Tennessee, I can't do it. So we gonna tag team this bad boy. And I'll get commission in as many states as they allow me to hold a commission in. But the rule for Georgia, I think there's a limit, but the rule for Georgia, I can only, to keep my Georgia commission, I can only be commissioned in contiguous states, right? So they gotta touch Georgia. It gotta be Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, or Alabama, which is really cool that all of those states touch Georgia. Even if it's a little sliver, right? It still counts. So I don't know if there's a cap on it, but that's the only rule. So I cannot skip and go get another state. It has to touch Georgia. But anyway, that's it, y'all. I don't see any other questions. You're very welcome for the information. Hey, Savvy Mom Things, you just joined and we heading out. So yeah, if y'all have questions for me, make sure you put them on the comments on the videos on my channel. Like we said, TikTok may be going away. Can be found on all the other platforms, the exact same thing. And if y'all ever want to copy my business stuff, I always tell y'all, look at Ginn Mobile Notary. That's GINN. Anything I tell you about business, you should see me doing it, because I don't tell y'all nothing that I haven't tried, right? So look at my company, look at all the stuff that I'm marketing, look at my Facebook, look at my YouTube, look at my LinkedIn, look at all of it. Go check out, what's this app called? TikTok, before it goes away. Go look at what I've done over there. Copy it, right? Take some screenshots, do whatever you gotta do. But I'm like, what do you call it? Actively downloading all of my stuff off TikTok today, and I'll try to get everything tomorrow as well. I know the app's just not gonna disappear like that, but I'm gonna make sure I have all of my content downloaded, and just for repurposing purposes, and especially the business stuff, then I'll have it for y'all. I'm like, hey, y'all, look, here's a video that I made. Just go and copy it. Literally. I'll even give you a script. Like, turn your camera on and just read what I did, but just change my name to your name. But anyway, that's it. If I stay here, I'm gonna keep on talking. So y'all might catch me tomorrow. I gotta say this last thing. Might catch me tomorrow. Not because the app's not going away, but I got two best friends. My best friend, since I was 12, flew into Atlanta and surprised me. So I'm hanging out with him tomorrow. My other best friend is in Germany, and she's flying in, but not until March or April, and we gonna hang out. So I'm super excited, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell. I'm gonna hang out with my best friend. I got a male best friend and a female best friend. So I'm gonna see him tomorrow. We gonna hang out. We gonna partake in fun times, because it's been a couple years since we linked up. And before that, it was like 12 years since we saw each other. So we about to have a party. So I may not be in the proper state of mind to talk to y'all tomorrow. Let's put it that way. But anyway, y'all have a fantastic night. As always, stay safe out there. Always be kind, no matter what. And always remember that you got this. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a fantastic evening. Oh, I won't talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.